Mic's working. I think it is. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the FLR Mini League, and we're getting very close now to the main competition gets underway in a couple of weeks time. Welcome to the USA Grand Prix, and we got a fine days of racing ahead of you. We got about, 19 drivers? Wow, 19 drivers about to compete with us today, and we can see we got a whole stack of faces. Cobalt racing his home Grand Prix, and this is going to be an amazing setting for Cobalt, his home event, his home race, which would be amazing to see. We've got X Gamer in there too, Xander, Sonic Hawk. Yes, I can hear I can actually hear myself, which is good. So my mic is definitely working. 20 subscribers now this League of Sculpt, which is great to see on this channel. Please do like and subscribe for some more racing content. I'm sure F1 2020 will bring us more to action here at the USA Grand Prix and everything else that comes with it. I'm your main host tonight, called Oliver, if you want to know. So that'll be lovely. So you get to hear my amazing G4 commentaries again this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to see where we are right now. So let's see where we are. So let's go to Discord. And let's see where we are in this little mini league championship that we have. So let's see where we are. So we're going towards the FLR, and we'll go into the driver standings for the little mini league. Right, okay, we got, of course, Senna Martins leads the way, and dominating in fact actually with his 26 points in Brazil. Jim Strav is second with X Gamer in third. Xander is in fourth. Fashion is no longer racing with us, he's in fifth. The Maverick is no longer racing, he's in sixth. Sonic Hawk is in seventh. Van Doom is in eighth. Nabil Ocho is in ninth. Team Launchers is in P10. AFC Razor is in P11 with Bagos in P12. The American Flyer Cobalt is in P13. Then there'll be the four British drivers on Need for Speed. Ryan Matey and Voice Stream and Topics is in there too. Who actually, Topics is not racing tonight, which is a bit of a shame. John Stanley is in P18. Lucky Team, I don't think he's racing with us. He's in P20, and Esports Nicket is in P20. Let's go over to the constructor standings. As you can see, the lobby is ready to go. But before we get to qualifying, let's see where we are in the constructors. Mercedes are dominating this championship with 88 points. Then it's Toro Rosso in second and 51 points ahead, and McLaren on 50. So 5 for second is really getting heating up as we go to our fifth race here in the USA, which is, well, technically our fourth race actually, because Bahrain's got suspended. But other than that, then it'll be Ferrari on 39 points. Then it'll be Renault in fifth with 20 points. Then it'll be it's a 3-point lead over Williams in sixth. Red Bull is in seventh with 15, and a point ahead of Racing Point, who's in with 15 points. Actually, I lost count actually. So trying to think where I am. So yeah, Mercedes, Toro Rosso, McLaren, Ferrari, Renault, Williams, Red Bull, Racing Point, Haas, and Alfa Romeo. And you can see it's a bit of a cloudy day here at the American Grand Prix, but we'll see where we are. Okay, let's start the telemetry with the tires, and let's have the lap data, and let's the track, and hide the UHD. There we go. Right, okay, now let's see which driver is gonna come out first of all of these guys. I think actually we got we got Nico Rosberg 27. So we got a Nico Rosberg in this championship. That's very interesting to see. First car out is Nico Rosberg in the Haas. It'd be ahead of, I believe it's Bagos. No, it's not. So Nico Rosberg is first out. There is Need for Speed, his teammate, coming out in fifth. It's Saki Bene in P7 in the Racing Point, and you can see the drivers start to come out now. And okay, we've got Nico Rosberg out first. very nice to see a debutant coming into the championship. It's good to see him in the car and on his first run here in the Haas. Bagos is in there too, but he hasn't come out yet. Need for Speed, glad to see him back in the car as well after his little absence. He's doing very well in this championship actually, which is good to see. Scoring points for the Haas team, so that is great to see. Let's hope he keeps up that momentum today. Saki Benny's in there too. P7 Racing Point just need to pick up the pace slightly a tad in the Constructors Championship, but it's all good for now. But Cobalt, look at the pressure he's got in his home Grand Prix of the Circuit of the Americas. It'll be great to see him just get a good result in the Red Bull car. We've got a McLaren Zizou, who's in starts off in P12. He's got just slowing down for the other cars in the McLaren. Let's see where Nico Rosberg is. He's heading towards the start of his lap. Let's go on board with him. Let's have a little run with the Haas driver as he goes into the last corner now. Get the car turned in, touches the curb, eases the car out, and we're underway for his lap here at the Circuit of the Americas. This is a bank of lap, of course, so this is going to be a tricky. So he's got a good feel for the circuit. Turn 1, blinding left, locks at the front, are very, very wide and pretty much sort of pretty deep going into there. Turn 2 is just a fast right-hander. Now, it's a tricky section. It's a bit like Magnus Beck, it's a Silverstone, but a little bit more trickier. Right, left, into this long right. Lovely, touch the car in at a good moment. Then turns left here, now he's got to slow down with his right-hander, slight bit of understeer, but it's all good. Then eases the car and off he goes, down this little back straight through this kink, and then he goes in towards the hairpin turn. Slow corner there, that's a little lock up again, but gets the car turning beautifully, and off he goes, down the long back straight, down to where the car reaches top speeds of around 200, I think around 203 miles an hour. Just touching 203 miles an hour before he slams onto the brakes into second gear and towards pretty much one of my favourite parts of the track is sector 3. This is where the car will really be working on its tyres, trying to find the grip. This is a very difficult corner, beautifully done now. If we enter it a bit more weirdly, but it's all good for now. Now flies through. It's like Turkey's turn say, but the opposite way around. So which is all good. This is the Haters corner. It's a blind left. Big gets a car beautifully turned in towards the last corner. The sun is directly in your eyes. A little bit wide very wide through the last corner. It's a 1:33.9. So that's all good for now. Here's Senna Martins, who's validated his lap. Is Need for Speed coming in the other Haas, so the two Haas drivers, look at that bit of traffic actually for Need for Speed there as he comes into the last corner. Need for Speed goes into P2 with a 1:36.1. He knows he could do better than that. Seki Bene, it's on his lap now. Let's have a look at any other drivers here, because Kenzo goes into P2 in the Williams, a 1:35.1, and Seki Bene puts in a 1:37.8 in the Racing Point. And Adesusi Gembo comes in with a 1:32.9. Had a bit of a glitch actually going into that, as we got I think it's Dave Miles actually puts at 1:34.3, so that's good. So what we got now is it's got Xander, Lewis are in the garages. Zizou is on a lap in the McLaren. Very interesting qualifying this. It depends how the top tries to do, like the likes of Senna Martins and of course X Gamer and everything else, and the others as well. So it depends how they will get on. And so does Jim Stroud. Jim Stroud, in my opinion, had a bit of a poor race. So it's interesting to see. Here comes Zizou in the McLaren now, good towards the final corner. The sun's starting to shine through the clouds here at the Circuit of the Americas. It's good to see a bit of a dry track, a bit wobbly going into that P7 for Zizou. And Riva do on the hard, putting a 1:38.0, but that's on the hard tyre. So fast lap at the moment is Gambo with a 1:32.9. So right now the Haas drivers, the Renault driver Gambo is doing very well. I think that's a Williams, obviously Kenzo going very slowly going into that Apex series of corners, and all the drivers now start to come in for the second runs, where Sonic Korkak, he's invalidated his lap. He'll be coming into the pits to switch on to the softs. Where's Cobalt? There's Cobalt. The Maverick is in here, so that's good to see. And Ross 46, he's in here in the Toro Rosso as well. So look at Cobalt. Golly, buzzing actually. Bagos gets a 5-piece grip on for a collision with Kenzo. So that's a very big, bit of a strange incident. So that's a bit of a bad luck there for the driver. Bagos is retired from the session, so that's a bit of a weird one there for Bagos. They really didn't expect the random driver to be in that sort of collision, which is a bit of a shame, to be fair. So here comes Cobalt in towards the last corner. So let's see how Cobalt gets on in the Red Bull. Bang, starts his lap now. Let's see how the Red Bull driver cracks on with his lap. First corner, blind left. You can't even see it when you're in the cockpit of the car. Even in the T-Cat, a bit difficult, but it's handled quite well. In towards the fast section of this tricky section. Very easy to get advantage into lap here, as Cobalt shows there. Perfect timing, perfect moment. Cobalt is invalidated. That's pretty much a shame on his part. Here's Xander on his lap. And he does a lot more better than Cobalt does through that section, and tucking the car in really well as Xander, doing extremely well. Purple in the first sector, so he's doing very well. Xander run that first sector, and he's on the medium tyres, so he might be trying to think of, I want to go long on my strategy. I want to go long to see if I can get a good advantage in the later parts of the race. But this is qualifying, so looking at where Lewis is retired from the session now, so I don't know what's happening to him, but I think he's had a bit of an accident going into the hairpin, so that's a bit of a shame. Here's Xander doing his thing. Let's see what he can do. So Lewis is out of qualifying, probably parked the car or something, because that's a weird place to have the car stuck on the hairpin like that. So that's a bit of a shame for the Racing Point driver. Xander now going into the final sector and can just latter parts of the lap, trying to get the car tucked in for this corner now. Very easy corner to get it wrong, but he does it well. Into the final corner now, gets the car turned in, hits the curb, lovely. In towards the final straight now. It looks the lap was pretty good, and it is good. A 134 dead, so that's a very good lap from Xander. So that's really, really good news to see. Here comes Senna now on his first lap in the Mercedes. He said he wasn't looking forward to the circuit. He said he's not really a fan of it, but you never know. Senna Martins, anything can happen with him. He says he might be bluffing. He might be bluffing, he might be not, but he's really Senna Martins for a reason. And he's not going to take his championship lead line down, and it's another validated lap for the Mercedes driver, so that's a gutting feeling for him. He is struggling around the circuit, he wasn't lying, and it's not going very for his Cobalt on his lap. Let's see what he can do in the Red Bull. He's gone further than last time. He's in the second sector, so he's opened the DRS now, flies towards that straight. Can he get this Red Bull up to the speeds he wants, around 203 miles an hour before he hits the 100-meter wall? Heavy braking into this left-hander. Careful you don't invalidate the lap there. He was very close to doing so. Into this right-hander, lovely, nice and smooth, trying to get the car turned in as fast as possible. He's doing the old Bahrain entry, very wide in the exit. Still pings that throttle down to the absolute maximum. Make sure trying to hold that car gripped through this flat out section. It does. The grip ball now tucks in, trying to keep this car, trying to actually do something, and he's aborted his lap, so he's not happy, and he's gonna abort the lap there. Right, Van Doom, his teammate, he's on a lap in the other Red Bulls. As the other Red Bull of Right Van Doom is going to be coping around this circuit of the Americas, a few miles away from the main city of Austin, Texas. Of course, Texas known for its rodeo and that. Look at that, Gembo, 32.8. He's doing very well around the circuit, is Gembo. Doing extremely well. Bangs in towards Ryan Van Doom. He's not slouching himself. He's pushing his Red Bull as fast as he can. Look at the ERS though, draining away. The battery is starting to lose its power. And he knows it, but he's got a few more in the tank. His deployment's gone. His ERS is nearly finished, but it doesn't matter. He goes into P6 with that astonishing lap. Here goes Nico Rosberg. Gamer, what a lap from him. 32-1, and now the drivers will be thinking about a 32 dead or a 31 to complete pole position. Great lap from X Gamer, showing his authority around the circuit of the Americas like he should. Nico Rosberg, can he do something with this? He's not, don't worry, it's not the actual Nico Rosberg, but it's quite close to that Nico Rosberg. And I think he's aborted his lap, I believe. Yes, he has. So, or is he cutting off the track? I don't know. Let me just have a look down the second sector. See what he's looking around. So look at the sector time. We're about to find out now. Yeah, he's backed off. So Nico Rosberg is not doing his lap. Here comes the mile 33, and he goes into the pits. There we go. It's Kenzo. He's not coming into the pits. He's on a fly with a Racing Point. I think the Racing Point really put him off, and he will go in, stay in sixth. But the Racing Point nearly didn't do his favours. So that is Saki Benny, and he didn't do him any favours. So that's a bit of a shame. Sonic Hawk and the Mercedes of Sonic Hawk, he's struggling around this circuit, not doing he just hasn't set a lap yet. And so is Senna, weirdly enough. It was about 5 minutes 55 to go. The Mercedes need to do a bit of catch up here and see if he can try and get a lap in. Remember, it's a 32-1 to beat. Senna really trying to aggressively warm those tyres out to get the maximum grip possible to see if that car can really handle around this race circuit. Let's see how Senna Martin's looking at weaving, trying to warm up those tyres as rigorously as he could to try and really get the maximum grip for his lap. Don't forget Senna, it's leading this championship. Don't forget, he's the one. He's really trying to keep himself away from Jim Straff and X Gamer, who's 2 and 3 in this championship. Senna starts his lap now in the Merc. Can he actually send a lap, or is there going to be a massive issue in his little helmet of his? Can this Belgian, this fast Belgian to be exact, the Wonder Belgian, can actually pull off a miracle? He knows to pull off miracles. He's done it before in Brazil, and he's going to try and do it again today. He's done well through this first part of the sector. Can he keep this car going? It's all about momentum going into these corners, really chucking the car in, making that car work over the curves here in Brazil, in USA. Trying brakes at the 100-meter board as late as he can. Turns the car into the curb. Now flies down the back straight. Really let the car go. Ryan Van Doom retired from the session. He's pretty much had enough. But so we're down to Need for Speed has got a chance actually. Can he get into the 134s and beat Ryan Van Doom's 7th place? That'd be a miracle to have. Here comes Senna pushing that car hard into the Ross right-hander. Can Senna Martin look at Cobalt 32-7. The Cobalt, the flying American, is now finally going up the places and into a very good position. But can Senna stop that run? It's a 32-1 to beat. Senna now goes into this final succession of corners. It's now Senna's abandoned. I don't know why. Senna's abandoned the lap. So that's Senna's got one more run, but great run by Cobalt, who pushes his car into second place. Very good work. Nico Rosberg is in there. This is Gembo's out there. Need for Speed's out there. Di Miles is in the pit, so he'll be coming out for his run. Need for Speed now. Let's have a look at Need for Speed, because he's out on his lap now. Can the Haas driver defeat Ryan Van Doom's 1:34.8? Doing well, Need for Speed. Good first corner. Can Need for Speed do what he can to get to defeat Ryan Van Doom's 34.8? He knows just the time to beat, and he knows it. Can he? Oh, I don't think that's not good. I knew that was not too good to be true. Need for Speed's lap is invalidated. Here's Ross P, 46. His lap's invalidated. It's like Russia, this. Be careful over the curves. It's going to be a very, very... Oh, I did not know that. Thanks for letting me know. I'll definitely tell my brother that. Sorry about that. It's just something going on. let me just do this little text. Right, let's have a look at the Maverick, because he's just coming up for his out lap, so he drives on a lap, so we've got a comment in, so let's see if you could just see what's happening. We got 2 comments in. Wow, 2 comments in already. Right, I'll have to go and tell my brother something in a second. We'll do it after qualifying, so it's all good in waiting. So let's have a look what's going on in the comments. Let's have a look what's in the comments right now. Yes, there you go. Cobalt's very happy with his P2, but don't count your chickens just yet, Cobalt, because there's still a lot of cars waiting in the wings, like Sonic, like Senna. They're all waiting to really pounce. And Gambo, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Gambo is just pushed into with the Gambo pulled off that time from. We've got 10 comments in. Jeez, we've got loads of comments coming in, and I'm not even receiving them on my let's have a look. There, P2. Look at that. Yeah, Cobalt, you definitely say yourself there. I had to have a look on my on the actual PlayStation messages to actually see what you put in. So very well done to you, Cobalt. But right now, Gambo is in 2nd place. So right now he's doing well. X Gamer is on his run as well. 15 comments. I think that would be Cobalt. There you go. See. 16 comments has gone in. So into X Gamer 17 now. So into let's have a look at the Mercedes. I really want to have a look at the Mercedes, how they get along. Sonic Hawk is on his lap now. This is their last chance to actually put in a lap in, because this is not good for the Mercs, who's starting 13th for 14th in this race. If that's going to be the case, I wonder. Sonic Hawk doing his best. Well, Senna, see how he's getting on. Senna going through into these tricky little handed corners, and trying to do his best to see if he can get this car up as high as he can, even speeds. And it looks like the case. He's on his lap, but slow. Here comes Sonic Hawk. He's not on his out lap, surely. He's surely not on an out lap. He can't be. My eyes deceive me if it was true. I said it once. So the thing must be glitched. So no, it's very glitched. So that's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, the thing is glitched. So do apologise for the PlayStation glitching out there. It's glitching on the comments. So it's a bit annoying. So it's Senna. Sonic Hawk is on a lap as well. I'm going to ignore it says out lap. So to see how both the Mercs see how they're getting on. And I feel that Sonic Hawk pulling over for Senna. So maybe he was on an out lap. You never know. Here comes Senna, pushing that Mercedes now towards the final 2 corners. See what we can do in the Merc. See if Senna can get this car towards pole position. 32, 1 to be round the final corner. It's looking good for Senna. Can he get... Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Yep, we're good. So you're locking in again. There we go. All happy days. All happy days. You can all hear me now, which is all good. I hope that fixes the issue. So there you go. Right, happy days. We're all happy, all smiling. Look at that. Oh, look, the PlayStation is definitely glitching in the comments, which is a bit weird. So here we go towards the start of the race. If you did not hear me, which I do apologise. Actually, I really do apologise. So we into the end starters of this race. You know what? I'm really looking forward to the start between Senna and X Gamer. This is going to be an absolute belter start between these two on the front row, which I'm looking forward to see. X Gamer starts P1, Senna P2, and Gembo P3, Xana 4, Cobalt 5 in his home race. He's very delighted with that. With P5, Kenzo, Nico Rosberg, Di Miles, Van Doom, Need for Speed, Ross P, Zizou, Saki Bene, Sonic Hawk, Lewis, James Stroud, Maverick and Bagboss. 18 cars, 28 laps of this wonderful circuit are about to get underway. We're about to, engines about to roar here for the American Grand Prix. We're nearly ready to go to 5 red lights for this American Grand Prix of the Circuit of the Americas, and we're about to get underway now, and off we go for the Circuit of the Americas for 28 laps here in this wonderful circuit. And it's a good start by Aston Martin into the first corner. Let's see what they have a drive. Oh, what on earth was this Renault doing? What was that? I think that was Bagos. Luckily ghosted through the car, so that was a very weird one. Senna really pushing hard to see if he can go through, really pushing hard on the next game, and that's a Renault. I think that is, I think it's one of the, I can't remember who it was. So into this, into these stages of the corners, and you can see the cars are in single file. Luca Rosberg is behind his teammate Need for Speed as they fly through these towards the end of the sector. Let's see what all the cars are doing. As you can see, all in good motion. Inside move from Ross P on Need for Speed, and nowhere near the Ferrari of Di Miles. Actually, very wobbly coming out of the corner, and you can see Ryan Van Doob is on the back of the car, which is Kenzo. Look at this, and that's the battle for the lead between X Gamer and Senna, and X Gamer holds on, but Senna goes for the switchback move, but X Gamer holds on the place, and Cobalt goes into 4th, and his own Grand Prix is off to a lightning start. That's one to Need for Speed. Need for Speed's going down places, and look at this, it's a fight between him and Kenzo. Kenzo and Need for Speed fighting away, and Ross P's in there too, and Senna X Gamer fighting. Loads of fights going on, loads of squabbles, and there's Bagos going all over the place. Jim's drive is lagging, and so loads of things going on. I'm trying to keep up with it all, which is a bit of a strange one. Cobalt is all over the back of the leaders, which is great to see. He's on the back of Gembo to see how he gets on with the Renault driver. But don't forget, Xander's in there too. Maverick's in the pits for a very early stop, probably with some damage to the car. We're at the start, so Cobalt is up there. Look at the leaders as well. The leaders, Zizou gives a fight. Look at Senna go down the inside of X Gamer. That's a very tricky corner to get through. Dan's got the inside line, gone into this left-hander, and Senna will retain the lead. Will take the lead of the Grand Prix, but no, X Gamer holds on. But look at, and look what's happening. That's Gembo spinning off, and Gembo's into the wall, and Gembo is not going anywhere fast. Look at Cobalt got the inside of Senna. The American flying through on his own Grand Prix. And Cobalt is taking the lead in this Grand Prix. Amazing. But Nico, X Gamer now trying to hold on to it. This is side-by-side drag race towards drag race, of course, and X Gamer going down the inside. Oh, 4 wide going into the corner, and fantastic racing from 4 drivers. Senna goes a bit wide, and he goes into this right-hander. Senna trying to take that lead. He's boasting to X Gamer. What I could do better. And X Gamer try and hold on. He's better go over still, gives Senna a chance, and with the switchback move, and X Gamer holds on with the near bite of his teeth and doing well. Oh my goodness me, what a frantic start to this race. We only done 2 laps and we've still got a load more to go. Really a good frantic start to this Grand Prix with the leaders. And now we got more action coming. It's DRS, it's been enabled. Senna on the back. Oh, let's give a great camera shot on the back of that Ferrari. And let's see what's happening now. And Senna retakes the lead. But Ernst Gamer switches back on Senna and pushes him back to P2. Great racing from the two drivers. The 2 Belgians, of course, know each other extremely well. They know each other from loads of leagues. And Cobalt is all over Senna now. He wants an opportunity. He said he wants second place now. He wants that second place to take on Ernst Gamer. But that Belgian says no. I want to take on the other Belgian. But Cobalt, the American, wants more. He wants Senna. He wants second. He wants more than third place already. And Senna's going to get DRS on Ernst Gamer. Let's see how these all 4 drivers will go down the back straight. Don't forget Sanders in there too, waiting in the wings to find an opportunity. Look at that Red Bull 3 and 5. So that's really good stuff for Red Bull. Sanders darting around a little bit. Senna down the outside, nowhere near the chance. So Need for Speed and Kenzo are fighting. Let's see what's going on with them lot. Need for Speed go down the inside of someone. Kenzo pushes Kenzo back down a place. Then Kenzo's had to find off Nico Rosberg for 8th place actually. So Kenzo fending off the Haas drivers. Let's have a look where the leaders are getting on. Look at us, Right Van Doom is into P4 now, overtaking Xander. So the Red Bulls are 3 and 4 now. Good stuff for Red Bull here. This could be a very good team result. Look at this. This is a scene you see in real Formula 1. Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull in the top 3, which is magnificent to see. Team a 138.2. Let's see how respond to the Ferrari driver. And as you can see, all 3 drivers, single file. And Xander overtakes Ryan Van Doom. Ryan Van Doom holds on though. Can he keep that P4? Yes, he does. And stays in that P4. But Xander does not want to know. He wants P4 back from Ryan Van Doom. But Ryan Van Doom is not going to hold back. And look at that, Ross Pickett to 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Look at the drivers. Look at the top 3 still holding on to each other. Ernst Gamer is starting to pull up a bit of a gap now, about 9 to nearly a second now to Senna Martins. So that's going to be a real boost for Ernst Gamer to really push on. Cobalt now, can he get past? But hopefully that's not a major thing. So Cobalt now, can he get past Senna Martins? But that Mercedes driver is too experienced, and so is Cobalt. They're all experienced F1 drivers. And look at that, big shout out to Need for Speed actually, running in 6th place. So Need for Speed doing a real good job in that Haas car. And you can see, big lockup for Nico Rosberg on the back of Jim Straub. But Jim Straub overtakes Nico Rosberg for 8th place. So that's a good work there from the McLaren driver. Kenzo on the back of Need for Speed. So Need for Speed now has got a Williams driver to contend with. This is the guy who's already overtaken as well. But Need for Speed running really well with this Haas car. He told me before that he really enjoyed the car, but he's gone very wide through that corner, and he gets a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Almost into the back of Kenzo, but Kenzo has done well avoiding him, and he roars away in that Williams. So Need for Speed will have to play catch up. Let's have a look at Ryan Van Doom. Xander 3/10 a second. Look, dive down the inside of Ryan Van Doom, but Ryan Van Doom will have the inside line going into this corner, and he'll hold on to the lead for Xander. He's not giving up, around the outside, and that's a good move from Xander going into this section of the corners. Very good move from Xander. Very, very good move. Sonic gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting too many corners, and well, it says a lot around this circuit really. This circuit will be time penalties galore, as Ty Miles found out. Well, actually not for cutting the corners, for speeding in the pit lane. Gembo 37.3, so that's very good work from him. Look at this, Senna Martins on the back of Ernst Gamer once again. So this is the battle for the lead, the Mercedes versus Ferrari. This is what we all love to see in real Formula 1. That's what's going to happen in a week's time, so be sure to tune in. And Ernst Gamer, look at that, really defending hard against Senna. Senna now trying to push on. Senna trying to under pressure that Ferrari driver, trying to make that prancing horse miss a gallop or a trot, but that Silverado is staying behind the red scooter here for another lap. And Ernst Gamer, and well, Cobalt is looking on, just trying to be patient to see if there's any mistakes between the two Belgians, but the Belgian drivers are really doing well, holding onto the tyres, holding onto the car, and they're doing all their stuff they can to do this race as long as they can. So we're going into lap 6 after our first frantic 6 laps of this Grand Prix. Lewis and Saki Bene are fighting away. Let's have a look how they crack it on. Saki Bene is just there doing the switchback move on Bagos. So Bagos is now pushed out. Oh, and not anymore. Saki Bene has spun going into that turn. So that's a bit blow for Saki Bene, and he's now going to try and recover the racing point well. That's going to cut the tyres though. So that's he's going to be very careful of not oversteering the car. Zander, look at that, 3-second tempo for multiple warnings, so that's not going to be a good thing. The Haas drivers are now in the combat, so Neva speaking to 3-second penalty for his multiple warnings. So we got into this section of corners where time penalties are going to be a problem. So Neva Speed it's got to just actually been overtaken by Nico Rosberg. So these drivers are really have to be cautious, because this track will provide you penalties. Now really shape up the order. Cobalt and Saki Bene's retired from the session. What's happening to him? He's retiring in the pit, so that's very well done from him. So that's just us down to 17 drivers now, so that's a bit of a shame. But Saki Bene pretty much had enough of racing today. He's going to move on to the next one. So let's go have a look at Senna Martins and see how he catches onto Etsuko. Sonic Core drive-through penalty for speeding under the... We've got a safety car. We've got a safety car on the track. So that's very interesting to see. Didn't spot that. So now we're going to going into the safety car period of this race. So this is going to be very interesting what the top 3 drivers will go for. So look how they react. So right now, there you go, the top 3 into the pits. So that's a good sign to see. They're going to go on to the next set of tyres. So Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull. Look at this. This is going to be a sight to watch, isn't it? Let's see, they don't holding each other. Senna's in the pits, Etsuko's in, and look at that. Oh, and there you go. And Etsuko's a bit slow to pull away, and he's out. He's out now. He doesn't get a job by anyone, and he goes onto the circuit for a good run. So there's now all of them. There's some of the tyres that they go for. Even Speed is jumped into second. He hasn't stopped on his soft tyres. I really feel like he should have done, but you know, that's him knowing it. So as for me, I'm going to put on the football on my phone to keep an eye on my local teams doing. So let's have a look at the order. So Right Van Doom is in the lead, ahead of Need for Speed. SK Moves stopped, Senna and Cobalt stopped. All of them switched to hard tyres, so they're going to go very long in the Grand Prix, possibly to the end. So let's see how the tyres will really hold out. Zander is in P6 with the medium tyres. Kenzo is stopped. Jim Stradley, Rosberg and Lewis has stopped for the hard tyres. Sonic Hawk hasn't stopped. He's on softs. Gambo is 12th with the mediums. Hasn't stopped. Well, it technically has, but you know what I mean. What else we've got down there? Di Miles, and there's Zizou, Rospi, and the Mavericks. So that's your running order at the moment. So right now we're on in the safety car period. It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers will react when we get underway. As you can see, Right Van Doom is up there in P7. Remember, Need for Speed's in there too. So it's be interesting to see how all these drivers will do when the safety car restarts. So I feel like it's going to Senna and Cobalt have the main advantage, which is pretty much simple as you really, because you think about their position and also their pace in the cars as well. It's going to be interesting to see. This glitch thing is really starting to get on my nerves as well. As you can see, it's just posting comments up, which is really annoying, to be fair. So the thing is definitely glitch. We really do apologise for that. Need for Speed darts in to the pits now. Oh, gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. That's a bit of a shame now. I feel like he should appeal for that one. So that's a bit of a shame, to be fair. So right now, Right Van Doom leads ahead of X Gamer, Senna, and Cobalt. So look at that. If you got the top teams, actually, this is a great familiar sight because this is what you normally see in real Formula One. So it's good to see actually that these drivers are really doing their stuff. So Cobalt, he should be pretty happy with the car going into this race. He was struggling in Brazil and he was really struggling with the car as well. But it's good to see Cobalt actually doing his thing here in the Red Bull. Let's hope he doesn't make any mistakes as well, because I would love to have a word with him on the podium in the interviews, and of course the driver of the day as well. That'll be great to hear. I'd love to hear from the driver of the day, and of course the first, second, and third. That'll be great as well. So we're still gonna need the safety car. So if you wanna say something that's all good, then please let me know. So right now we got, I think, about a lap to go underneath this safety car. Yay, Cheltenham score! Fantastic news. I'm going to tell my brother now. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Right, we got back.
Hello?
I do apologise for that. Well, in my opinion, I had other things going on, and the jack pulled out of the controller. That's really annoying. Oh, we've got the podium celebrations. There you go, this is the end result. X Gamer finishes first, Senna third, second, Jim Strav third, Sander fourth, Gembo fifth, Rosberg sixth, Maverick seventh, Kenzo eighth, Bagos ninth, Lewis 10th, Need for Speed 11th, but I think that's going to change. Di Miles 12th, so Need for Speed gets to 10th, by the way. Di Miles 12th. Lewis will be investigated. Di Miles will be investigated. Zozu and Cobalt feel sorry for him. Van Doom, Ross P, Saki Bene, and Sonic Hawk are retirements. Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's one. That's one of them. Well, congratulations to the drivers, but at what cost? I don't know. It's one of those races that I'm a little bit disappointed in with the behaviour with the driving. To be fair, let's invite the drivers then to the party and get the interviews. Jim Strav is my driver of the day, by the way, so congratulations to him. So well done to him. Okay, I'm joining a party for somewhat reason. No, I'm not. So let's give me a second. Let's invite the drivers in. Let's have a look. Yeah, apologies about the commentary, guys. I didn't realise my mic was out, so that is really irritating in front of my part. I do apologise. I didn't even realise that happened, so that is definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. I'll take all the blame to that one. Let's got these two in, and there we go. Right. We've got Jim Strav as well. Have we got Jim Strav? No, Jim Strav's not coming in, so that's fair enough. Yeah, I think I'll do, in my opinion. Let's get the two Belgian drivers coming in now. No, wrong button. I'm a bit of a mare tonight in the commentary, to be fair. Let's see if we go to the showroom. Let's see if we can get the drivers in. And here's Senna.
Yo.
Apologies on the commentary. I didn't realise my jack on the mic was out, so massive apologies to that one. So. Yeah, that was my fault. That was definitely my fault. Hello, X Gamer.
I was watching the stream and I saw you like switching from the images, but not talking. So
yeah.
I was like, hey, what?
Yeah, that was my fault. The jack on my mic was out. I didn't realise it was fully in, so that was definitely my fault on that one. So yeah, I thought I was about to say to myself that I saw the coverage on the stream, and I saw some ignorant driving, to be fair, for some of the drivers, especially the one between Lewis and I think it was Di Miles, I believe. It was a racing point on a Ferrari tangling on purpose, in my opinion. If you want to look back on the stream, that'd be my guess. It was definitely annoying. But let's start with the interviews then. Let's start with our winner of the race. So and that's you, X Gamer. Yeah,
I was first on the party.
But you didn't win the race, so that's unfortunate.
I won it on track.
On track, but not on the end result.
I was a clean driver.
Oh yeah. F you.
Yeah, X Gamer, I have to admit, what a race between you and Senna for the entirety of the race.
Yeah. Oh, what a race.
What a race indeed. And fair shout out to Cobalt for holding into you guys, but he had an unfortunate spin and then put him out and retired on track, so that's a bit unfortunate. But X Gamer, you're actually very happy with the win there.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I finally won in my own league. But yeah, Senna still P2, so I don't take many points on him. But yeah, we'll see next race what we can do.
And that's Singapore. So how did that
Yes!
race? Yeah, I knew he was going to say yes to that one. Singapore is next on the calendar, so you got a tough time against Senna on that one because you know what Senna's like around that circuit. So, so how are you going to keep Senna from winning in Singapore, which is a very hard track to do?
I think you need to have a bad quali in Singapore, and I grab Poland, so defend on him and finish the race if he won. That's the only thing I can do, I think. If he starts on pole, I think he will win the race.
So
because he's so fast there.
Yeah. So how did that race plan out for you, X-Gamer? Did the strategy pay out for you, or did the car had really good pace as well against Senna, especially the most part of the race, and the battling with you two guys were absolutely clean and fair.
Yeah, it was, but it was not good for my tires. So I was really happy with safety car going on to the hards, and yeah, if there was no safety car, maybe I will crash out. So that's really good.
So let's go to you, Senna. I mean, same question. How was that battle with X-Gamer?
Yeah, I think that was the best battling I did on this F1 game. It was crazy. Together with I think it was Cobalt who also joined the fight. Yeah, it was amazing. It was clean fighting all the way through, just pushing each other to the limits. I really enjoyed it. I really did.
And so it looks like you're turning towards another championship. The guy then can't start getting championships for a reason. So you already wrapped up the SFR championship. You're nearly there with the VRL, but now you're going to collect on the FRL Mini League Championship. Championships just doesn't start coming to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think championship like me, and I like the championships.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. So yeah, you got your favourite race coming out, Singapore coming out, Senna. So you should be very confident.
Yeah, I am. I love Singapore. I'm always dominant around there, so I hope to get my full win in this league.
Now, with your cars, Senna, because you've been driving the Renault pretty much for nearly in a few races, but what do you think of the Merc? You've been driving the Mercedes in some SFR races, and also this one. It's starting to get more used to the Merc now?
Yeah, I like the Merc anyway. I always do like some career on it because I support Mercedes in real life. So, all Mercedes are, of course, Renault, I love it more to driving it online. I'm just very used to the controls, but Mercedes is good as well.
So which car you prefer, Renault or Mercedes?
Renault.
Oh, shame on you, shame on you. You look a lot more you look a lot more comfortable in the Merc. You look so comfortable. It's weird that you picked the Renault, but anyway, that's your preference coming up. So you're nearly there with the championship title, so all you have to do was win a couple more races and you're there?
Yeah, of course. I always want to race. No matter what car, what track, extension I mean. But yeah, I always want to beat. X-Gamer.
You always want to beat X-Gamer. I mean, you two are very good, fair competitors, and it's great to see you two fighting. I mean, especially the start of the race as well. And you, Cobalt, and X-Gamer. You know, and the sight as well, seeing Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull in the top three was such an amazing sight, because that's something you see in real Formula One terms as well. And you don't often see that in league races now. So yeah, was it nice to see that Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull in that top three fighting for the win, just like in real Formula One terms? Because you don't often see that. You don't often see that. You don't often see that in league racing now.
I was saying that to X-Gamer as well. Like it's like we're watching a real race: Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. So yeah, it was quite nice to see the big cars in real life in front as well.
That's good to see. I got a bit of a comments glitch. Just keep saying 504. Right now we're on 505 comments, which it really isn't. To be fair, there's a massive comments glitch right on my screen, which is getting really irritating. Comment to end the stream actually, because it can stop this comments glitch going on my screen. It's really irritating. So yeah, so that's it for FRL after a good day's of racing. A bit of upsetting in the end though, which is a bit annoying. Hopefully the drivers will behave themselves. Not the guys in the front, but I feel like the guys in the midfield should slightly more better behave themselves. I think you X-Gamer should check out the latter part of the race, because I think in my mind it's a bit silly. Yeah, but a good race, but I feel like it's a bit sanding in the end, in my opinion. But there you go, that's racing. So that's it. FRL is finished for another week, and we'll be back again for what feels like Senna's home circuit at Singapore. So hopefully X-Gamer will do all he can to stop Senna for getting this championship, and hopefully the title fight will go on to the final race, which hopefully that does happen, because I love a good title fight in the end. But that's it for FRL. This is Scott Oliver signing off from FRL. See you later.